Welcome everybody. This is me, Cleverbutnot, and my cat Momo, and we're going to be playing 60 Seconds REATOMIZed. Let's gear up for the apocalypse, I guess. Oh, that's right. Alright, family. Grab it. Grab him. Let's go. Wrong way. Wait, yep, wrong way. Oh, this doesn't bode well for me. Soup. Medkit, so important. Alright, I say that was a pretty good run. What do you think, Momo? All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better anyway. Our shelves are full of cans, we'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. That's not good. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Nobody gets nothing. We always thought life could be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better. In a way, not that much has changed. Much better. Who knows? Maybe the new world will offer new opportunities, and it won't be that bad. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. Dolores is doing quite well. We'll just skip over that and Did I grab the mask? I don't think I did grab the mask. That sucks. It's really weird when you get that feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. Let's show him who's boss. Give him the old pow-pow, the old 1-2. Give him what for? Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. It's like everybody wants water. We'll wait another day before you get some water. Today we've got a bunch of people dressed in what look like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. Their problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. Give me some water, why not, even though we're dying. A bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we'll ever get to hydrogen peroxide. The guests were grateful anyways. One more day without water. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. It turned out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least clean bandages and medicine to attend to their wounded. We can give you some soup, but nothing else. Our visitors were in tears when we gave them what they asked for. We survived the nuclear apocalypse only to be nearly strangled by thankful refugees. Hugs can kill you, you know. Luckily for us, they decided to continue the journey to get somewhere safe before the sunset. As they were about to leave, one of them presented us with a portable radio. They would not take no for an answer and soon left, waving goodbye until they disappeared amongst the rubble. Alright, you can have water, you bunch of pansies. Good news, everyone! The government just announced they will be dropping crates filled with supplies in our area. Finally, they are useful for something. We should head out to get those crates as soon as possible. Grabbing some protection gear might not be a bad idea. Well, I don't have shit, so... moving on. It was too dangerous to go out there without any protection. So we decided to stay indoors and listen to the radio. The static is so relaxing. Nobody gets nothing. Nobody's getting nothing. Okay. We felt that we should do something about our interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out. Shoot it! Pew, pew, pew. Alright. What do we got? Don't break my gun. Alright. What's the first thing to do when you open a door leading to a place you don't know? Open fire. Bam, bam, our bullets struck the wall, and guess what? We hit a water pipe. We were able to fill a few water bottles with all the water that trickled from the bullet holes. Oh, thank God we need that. We've discussed everything we could, and no one is willing to chat anymore. The silence is really disturbing. We should do something before we start talking to ourselves instead. Let's listen to more static. Ah, how fortunate we took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? I don't know. I don't think so. We have no idea who left this, and nowadays you can't trust anybody. We're not risking our lives for some supplies. They could be poisoned. We threw the gift away and quickly forgot about it. Alright. Bunch of layabouts. It's high time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions. Or at least listened to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Dolores, you cheeky bitch, you're still hungry, alright. Timmy is in good health and full of optimism. Wasteland is no match for Mary Jane. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open, shall we? Good news! The government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon. No food for anybody, alright. Send Timmy. Timmy, take the gun? No, give us some bug spray. Yeah, get out of here, Timmy. Go find us some soup. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. A seed! Yeah, why not? We're all gonna die anyways. Here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope these seeds don't turn into some useless flower. Mary Jane seems optimistic enough. Water. Being safe down here is much better than being pulverized out there, but that doesn't mean we don't want to go outside. Maybe we could take a walk soon. The neighborhood is probably much more peaceful since the bombings. Oh, Timmy, are you back? Timmy, we need you. Timmy! Oh, good. He's looking a little gaunt there. We used to go to this little store for groceries. They always had their windows closed and a sign that stated, "We assure you, we're open." We found some food left inside. Most food on the shelves was outdated and rotten. A lot of eggs were smashed on the floor. Guess what? Soup pans don't expire till 2015. Good for us. We found a shelf with a big sign that read everything for $99. The only thing left were bottles of water. Huh, expensive. The store counter was very dirty thanks to some previously used chewing gum and smokes. On the other side, we found a radio playing strange and exotic European music. A gas mask was hanging on the wall. There was a sign next to it that read, "Is it safe?" At one point on an expedition, we were ambushed by a pack of mutated cockroaches. We managed to scare them away with bug spray. In the nest, we found a supply of soup. I don't know why I turned Irish there all of a sudden. We spotted some sort of vehicle down the street, but maybe couldn't get good enough look at it in the dark. I can't stop. I can't turn it off now. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Dolores needs food. In the red corner. There we go. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Ted is vigorous. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects. Or worse. It's worse. There's spiders, and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. Scout handbook. I think this is... Ooh. What do we got? What do we got? Our good book is the solution to any problem you encounter. This includes marauding spiders. Oh, I crushed them. Oh, I should've... read somewhere you can make Mary Jane a spider hybrid, and I think I really messed it up. Oh, that sucks. Enough sitting around, it's time to visit the service and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast. Maybe someone is still alive. Let's find out. Go on, Teddy. Bring Old Faithful with you. Ted left for the service. We hope he'll be back soon. We were able to receive another message from the government. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to head to a specific location in the area, then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. The problem is they provided us with geographical coordinates, but we need a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise, it's just complete gobbledygook. I ain't got nothing. Can't help you. Oh, look, a little plant. It's growing. We're sure we could find the location without a map. We're wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. Water for the ladies. A little snack for you, Mary Jane. Traitor alert! Timmy's salvage comic books are mostly harmless science fiction pulp. However, some of them don't feature the brave Astro Citizen program astronauts, but cosmonauts! That boy is eating up Soviet propaganda! What a disgrace! Should we banish Timmy to the wasteland for his treacherous ways and dispose of the blasphemous comics? No! That's ridiculous. Oh no, Timmy, he's got the flu! We graciously allowed Timmy to stay in the shelter despite his actions. We believe in the power of rehabilitation and second chances. We're also running out of toilet paper, and these propaganda books will do nicely. How are we all doing over here, folks? Okay, Timmy, we'll give you a little water. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the hell is that? Oh, that plant is looking quite ferocious. The visitor wasn't very happy that we didn't have a water chip. Or that we didn't know that one was. He did help himself to the water we offered him and explained the chip is of utmost importance. Before we learned anything more, he left for the wasteland. It's not every day you wake up to a carnivorous plant trying to eat you. This is how our day started. Curse Mary Jane's plant and any gardening ambitions we had. Who would have guessed the seed would grow into a bloodthirsty demon? We need to get rid of it! Knock, 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 knock. Hello? Who's there? Bug spray offense is the best defense. Die, you plant mutant, die! Psh! Phew! That was pretty terrifying. We should probably stick to soup cans instead of growing anything. The climate is definitely not suitable for any serious gardening. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter for some items he requires. Fuck. I'm gonna keep my Boy Scout handbook, thank you very much. Oh, Mary Jane, you were just covered in soup. We were visited by one young woman today. She is on the mission to rescue her twin brother, who went missing after he challenged a local bandit leader for a duel. She said they've been observing us for a while and they were hoping to visit us together eventually, but then her brother went missing. She asked that we help her reunite with her brother and promises we'll not regret it. Go on, Mary Jane. Find your calling. The woman quickly called a group of friends and we set out for what turned out to be a successful mission. Finding the lost twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to the fence trying to escape. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries and he'll be just fine. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said they would definitely contact us again. Timmy, you need food again, you cheeky cunt. Get the kids some food, damn it. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple, one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we can get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? I'm feeling lucky. Let's see. Ted, are you back? We need you, Ted. Oh, Ted, you're back, and with a cat. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sherikov. Is that its name? Before leaving our neighborhood, our expedition noticed a group of scavengers. We didn't know them, yet they didn't have any reservations about scavenging the area clear. We decided to steal one of the numerous backpacks they had while they weren't looking. Lucky find, there were some cans inside. Oh, it's soup! The outer pocket of the backpack contained a deck of cards. Better than nothing. So much for our rifle. It got damaged during our expedition. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Dolores. Dolores needs a little bit of everything, I see. Enough sitting around! It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast. Maybe someone is still alive. Let's find out. Timmy, get out there. Bring your playing cards. No, keep those. Bring your scout book, Timmy. Oh, this crew is looking a little worse for wear. While playing in the shelter, Sherikov stumbled upon a small wooden box that was hidden behind some loose bricks. It contained some useless memorabilia and a can of old bug spray. Mary Jane will get you some water, you thirsty bitch. Yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather, shelter schooling Mary a little. I don't even know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. Oh, little pretty kitty. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Today, an army broadcast interrupted our, let's just call it breakfast. Anyway, they seemed very eager to evacuate us from here, but then we went over several things that needed to happen before they do it. The first item on the list is up to us. We are given geographical I can't do that. Kitty. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar, with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owner still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit, or at least whatever's left of them. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by two men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed toward the cat to pick him up, saying they'd been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Sherikov belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it the last few days. Ted and Mary Jane have been butting heads lately. Today they got into an argument about movie characters, specifically who would win in an ultimate battle, Maleficent with an axe or the Wicked Queen with a rifle. The rifle beats an axe, no matter what. I mean, unless you got the jump on him. Ted covered his ears and loudly sang to himself, drowning out Mary Jane's excellent arguments. She escalated the situation by tossing some objects around, whether for emphasis or an attempt to visually recreate the battle. No agreement was reached and some plies have suffered. We're a regular family, so we have the occasional argument or two, but it was never as intense as the fight we just got into. No one wants to speak to each other. Let's just hope this won't last long. Hello? Who goes there? Good. Well, that's a son of a bitch. Willie, we can't be doing business with ya. I'm sorry, move along. Timmy? Timmy, is that you? Timmy, he's back. Oh, Timmy's got the pox. Timmy's got the pox bad. That salesman was very friendly, but he didn't have anything that was of interest to us. To our surprise, we found Sherikov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates? Our kind hearts? Optimism? Or just our stock of soup cans? Only time will tell. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Our expedition went directly to visit the primary school. Not for education, of course. Oh no. We were desperate for supplies, and the school was our best chance of getting them. Everybody adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80, and everything she touched tasted great and smelled of tomato. Now we know her secret: tomato soup cans. Yeah, map! The geography classroom was very poorly equipped. The only useful item we could find was a map of our town. Still better than nothing. We lost the scout handbook during the expedition. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. That's not good. Did I not get any water? Timmy, you fucked us! The twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. Their plan is to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who wanted to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in their situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. Let's help these guys. Hope we survive. Give us water! Oh, Dolores is dead, and her skull is very flat. They didn't have to ask twice. These people are very friendly, and the way they took care of others is impressive. We should show them the map and pointed out a few bandit camps they should avoid. They were grateful and stayed for a little chat. They said they would be more than happy if we came to visit them once their camp is ready. We can't wait to see how it turns out, except they just watched Dolores die. I don't have anything. Just eat food. There's water and soup, right? Go on out, Ted. Bring the map and just... Your kids are gonna die, Ted. Ted left for the service. We hope he'll be back soon. We don't have water! The more we know about yeah, we'll do the radio and see what we can find. Oh, yes! Oh! Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. Ah! Thank God! Why are we leaving your mother's corpse just strewn out? During our last expedition, we finally approached that nearby vehicle. It was a tank, missing wheels and a few other crucial components. The outside was rusty and a little burnt up. If we hope to ever drive away from here, we should scavenge for something to reinforce it. Anything we could grab for this little supply run? The gas mask proved useful while exploring a very stinky warehouse nearby. We found some sheet metal next to some cottons filled with expired milk and rotten eggs. The sheets were installed as armor on our post-apocalyptic vehicle. Unfortunately, the mask's filter was totally used up. Alright, Timmy, you're gonna have some food. Timmy got back to the shelter from his expedition and looked fine, but it turned out he had hurt his hand on a piece of rusty metal, and the wound was infected. It doesn't look like it's healing up. We have to patch it. Oh, Timmy, you are... That's what you get for coming back sick last time. Now we... Timmy, I'm sorry, Timmy. Oh, he's got the pox again. He's at risk. Why? Why didn't we vaccinate our kids? The best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. That's what our grandma always said. Of course, she's dead now and has been for a while, ever since she got that nasty frog bite at the fine age of 25. Timmy's sick. It does not look good for Timmy. Sorry, Army Broadcast. Ted took the nap. I thought we were... Oh, right on time, Ted, you fat fuck. You're sick too. Everybody's sick. Everybody's gonna die. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong, but now we have a map. We set off on an expedition to a nearby zoo we used to visit on weekends. We're happy to report that it was a productive supply run as well as educational trip. We saw pterodactyls, chimpandeers, and porcupine, a small army of cat roaches, and other majestic creatures that have emerged among the post-nuclear fauna. The marine life section had collapsed, turning into a radioactive pond in the middle of the zoo filled with creatures like piranhas and sea ponies. In a half-destroyed aquarium control room, we found an undamaged cupboard with some supplies. A friendly-looking crabtopotamus lazily observed the sea life section from a distance. In its den, we found the body of a zoo worker with some of his possessions laying around. Just a checkers board. Never leave home without it. Running away from humongous taranturaptors, we made our escape through the zoo souvenir shop. Most of it was torn to shreds by the bomb, but a few useful things were still lying around. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. We heard some commotion above. We're pretty sure it's a band of raiders venturing outside. Might be quite dangerous right now. Let's just take it easy then. A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharikov found a new toy. A bit of innocuous wiring that had ripped out the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? Yeah, fuck the cat. We need stuff. Uh-oh. We grabbed the cable and followed it to a rusty old truck parked in our neighbor's driveway, and upon opening the door, we were confronted with two men wearing huge headphones, who looked extremely surprised to see us. They wiretapped our shelter when we were asleep, and they were listening to everything we said. We gave them hell and marched back to our bunker. Ted needs food. Ted needs some food. We're wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He should have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life, so maybe we should too. But it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? Ugh, their condition is just not improving. We knew it! We found the photo between the pages of our scout handbook. Those handbooks are really handy, that's for sure. I'll just give you guys food. Lots of food. Just let the immune system work it out. Still raiders, but we need to go out. Yeah, we'll hear them out. Uh-oh, that's the sneeze. He's dead. Oh, no. Thank God. There's Uncle Family Guy, Brian. They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on the cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top secret missions. They'd assure us that they'd contact us again with more details. Hi, Momo. Last night, the whole shelter was woken up by Ted screaming bloody murder. He was terrified, shouting about something about tentacled radioactive mutants on top of his face. Turned out it was just Mary Jane stepping on his head in the dark. Ted took it very personally and demands medical care. Well, Ted, you're gonna die anyways, so... how about that? Ted and Mary Jane refused to apologize and move on, instead went straight into a state of paranoia. He seemed to think Mary Jane had it out for him, while Mary Jane claimed it was Ted's face that hit her foot and not the other way around. You headbutt my foot! Looks like both of them will sleep with one eye open tonight. Yeah. During one of its insane episodes at around 3 a.m. last night, Shakarov ran face first into the wall, causing a loose break to fall out and him to become a Persian. Behind it was a cigar box with some ammunition inside. Thanks, whoever left it there. Mary Jane, you gotta get the fuck out there. The siblings visit us again to reveal that their camp is almost finished. Oh, hurrah. People are starting to move in, and among them, quite a lot of kids. The group strongly believes that these children need to get educated, especially in these circumstances. They're looking for books, comics, manuals, and pretty much any reading material they can get. We'll donate to the cause. Ted's getting worse, though. Can you give us a med kit or something? A broom so we can clean these dusty old bones full of green dust? We gifted them our beloved Scout Handbook. It will do for younger kids, but one day they will have to establish a complete education system. How about the kids paying 10,000 soup cans to participate in the lessons? We're sure they would find a way to give it back after they finish school and get some sort of job in the wasteland. Makes perfect sense. Timmy is still quite sickly. Oh, that's right, I was avoiding raiders. Well, looks like it's too late. Bring some bug spray, that'll mace him. Hi, Momo! Welcome, little kitty. Join me. Well, we got scared a little bit today when all of a sudden our map just fell off the wall. Maybe our shelter is haunted. When the map fell down, it revealed some sort of safe behind it. We don't remember installing it, but we can probably crack it. Well, we technically have all the time in the world to do it. Should we try? Why not? Oh, Ted is just looking a little worse every day. He's just... We're not sure how or why the map just decided to slide off the wall, but we're lucky that it happened. Inside the dusty safe, we found some supplies. Another Scout Handbook. Timmy is looking very pale. That's not good. Using a high-tech setup involving paper cuts and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top-secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? No, none of you are in any condition to go outside. Mary Jane, please just bring back a medkit. We'd rather not commit to anything dangerous now. The agents were disappointed, but they'll probably come knocking again soon. A band of raiders are at our doorstep. They demand we let them in. This is no game. We either yield or we fight back. There's no middle ground here. Let's do the harmonica. See what that does. It's probably gonna kill us all. Oh, we're okay. That's okay. They lowered down their weapons and cried a few tears. Surprised by the beauty of our music, they will let us live. Today. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Well, nothing can be done. Ted, you're gonna die. Oh, I finally have a map for this one. Mary Jane, bring back the supplies we need. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. Ted needs water. Timmy needs water. Everybody get that motherfucking water. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We're pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby. Mostly old folks from the retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of their supplies. They're old anyway, and we need them more, right? Why not? We're desperate. We need some med kits. Give us some stuff. Alright, nobody died. That's a good sign. Yes! Yes! Alright, Timmy, we'll let you get it. And then Fred can have a severance package. Timmy claimed he couldn't sleep last night due to Ted's loud, incessant snoring. Ted angrily retaliated by making quips about the size of Timmy's ears. You can't even see him! Which enraged Timmy even more. He's desperate for a solution. What can be done about this? Well, murder Ted, he seems to be the problem causer. Alright, Timmy's healthy again. Timmy eventually settled for jamming checker pieces into his ears. Not what the doctor would order, but it did the trick. He slept well, although one of the pieces is missing this morning. Is it still stuck in his ear? And more importantly, can we still play checkers without it? Timmy was cured! Timmy's diet needs food. It's today or never. A gang of thugs started banging on our door, ordering us to surrender and give us all our supplies. We'll give them the good old harmonica again. They love some live music. Nobody dead, except for whoever's already dead. We live to see another day. Our attempt at producing beautiful, sorrowful music that would soften their hearts resulted in a cacophony of hellish noises instead. The attackers ran away, covering their ears. They will probably be back. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. The nuke did most of the destructive work, but gasoline reserves under the nearby gas station blew up as well. All that was left of the place was a crippled cashier's booth and the remains of several cars. Someone might have thought 60 seconds was enough for a gas refill and a quick getaway. They thought wrong. There was an abandoned truck in line for the gas pump. We immediately recognized the logo of a well-known company on its side. Yup, the Canned Soup Company. A few water bottles were scattered around in the cashier's booth. None of the explosions damaged them, though it is funny that Pipe's shadow got burned into the wall. A deck of cards was lying around just outside the booth. After picking them up and counting them out, the only thing were these sixes. Were 3 sixes, playable enough. The agents paid us another visit. Nah, fuck those agents. We're gonna go to that village. Yeah, make bug spray out of drugs. Let's do this. What do you know? Combining American innovation and deadly bug spray can result in just enough drugs to reestablish an empty first aid kit. We'll worry about the side effects later. Timmy went out into the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Sure, times are hard and there isn't much need to shave anymore, but beards are still not welcome in this house. Any means of cutting a beard is acceptable. Say, that axe looks quite sharp. Maybe it could help with some beard trimming. We don't have an axe. Crazy voice inside my head. No axe, no shave. Maybe another time. A gang of thugs started banging on our door, ordering us to surrender and give up all of our supplies. How do we respond to these scumbags? Lock them out! Got an achievement for that one. That's pretty nice. We didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems they gave up this whole break in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off that bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. We kept dreaming about the day our brave American soldiers show up to rescue us from this mess. Alas, this is not happening anytime soon, unless not according to the military broadcast we just heard on the radio. We are to walk to the nearest hill and emit some loud sounds which will help the army better pinpoint our position. Well, that's just ridiculous. We took turns peeking out the shelter a few times per hour and screaming random words into the wasteland. We ran out of words and interest very quickly, though. Don't think anyone is coming. We clearly need something louder than just our voices. The cat is growling in the general direction of us and our supplies. We're not sure if cats drink soup, but it's the only thing on the menu today, and it's up to us if we want to share our tomatoey delicacy with our pets. Why not? The little devil utterly devoured the whole can in less than 60 seconds and left nothing behind. Not even a drop, not even the can. After that, it took a long, peaceful nap. At least it won't bother us for a while now. A band of raiders are at our doorstep. They demand they let them in. This is no game. Ah, fuck, we have nothing fucking here. The end. Aw, man. They done diddly got me. Bastards. Oh, you gotta click on. This is the end. Our shelter was penetrated by bandits. There's nothing we could have done. It's over us. For us. We're doomed. Doomed! We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and safe was, Oh, I would have had a fucking axe to... and a gun. God damn it. Well, that sucks. Thank you for joining me today for 60 seconds. I might give it another try another time, but I think I'm gonna go drink some water and you know, eat some food. So just tune in next time, and thanks a lot. Don't forget to shoot a like and subscribe.